not ignoring you. What I'm doing right now, I am also setting up so that after this, a lot of people have asked me, Coach, I want to go back and watch your content. How do I do that? And of course, you know where we can catch videos like this, right? That's why I was setting up. So after this, you can go back and be like, okay, yes, I can see. So it came, so it's on that platform on YT, because TikTok doesn't want to give all the information. On YT is the same, which is reset with Coach Chefi. Reset with Coach Chefi. I know whenever I come up by the US at Atlanta, okay. Do we have the same time zone? It's 5:38 from my side. What time is it from your side, Cheryl? What time is it from your side? I'm not sure if we have the same time zone, but it's really early from your side, I believe. Okay, we need some music. We need some music. Let's do that. We need some music. Dito, good. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so good morning. If this is your first time being here, let me see a one in the chat. If this is your first time being here, let me see a one in the chat. For those who are just joining, my name is Chefi. I am a certified identity coach and nervous system research specialist. My goal is to help you to stop sabotaging at the nervous system level. I see you, Sherry. I see you, Sherry. To help you to stop sabotaging at the nervous system level, build an identity so that you can show up consistently. Merci, Ahmed. Thank you, Ahmed, for the follow. Usually when we talk about self-sabotage, a lot of people think that it has to do with motivation. I used to think the same thing. I thought I needed to be motivated is because I'm not motivated enough. That's why I am not showing up the way I'm supposed to show up. So I was relying on motivation, and so is most people. Most people are relying on motivation. So whenever they are not motivated, they don't show up. Take it from someone who is known as the motivational force. You do not need motivation. You're not lacking motivation. You're not lacking discipline. But the reason why you are not showing up has to do with these two things. What is it? Self-trust, which can also be known as self-value, okay? And regulation. This is what it is. Sometimes you might rely on your feelings. You're like, okay, I don't feel like showing up. Thank you for the like. You already know. Thank you so much, Alkesh. Our goal is to hit 15,000, 15K in 20 minutes. Why do we need to, vendeur de forme, bonne arrivée. Why do we need this, why do we need to hit it? When you help to tap the algorithm, TikTok will send it to the rest of the people and let them know something great is happening here. This is where you want to be. So I need you to help me to reach that goal. Okay. And for my YT people, welcome to the room. We are talking about how to show up consistently so that, with no excuse. And by the way, if you do not break the pattern, you will end up repeating this year again. This is something that most people don't want to hear. I appreciate you, Alkesh. I see the heart going up. We got this. 15,000 is the goal, and you're doing an amazing job. And I also see the people coming from the YT. The number is going up. Scorpio, merci beaucoup. Okay, so this is one thing with self-sabotage. Oftentimes when we talk about self-sabotage, people think it's because they are lacking motivation, because that's what we've heard over and over again. We think we need motivation. So a lot of people go after motivation so that they can be, so that they can have that zeal to follow through. Motivation will take you as far as 3 days. For most people, the more motivation will take you is 3 days. Or for some people, it will be a week and 2 weeks. Now, motivation is a dopamine. Motivation is sugar rush for children, right? Whenever you are on sugar rush, hey, 1616, I appreciate you. Thank you for the follow. I see you. And for those who are tapping, I appreciate you. I see the numbers going up. We are already at 612 on TikTok likes. These are my people. We keep tapping. We're going to reach the goal of 15K very, very soon. I appreciate every tap that you're putting in, all the reposts, all the follow. You are amazing. And YT, welcome to the room. We are doing things in a different way today, but definitely by the end of this live, you're going to have, hey, Indivon, welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, Sherry. Oh, Cheryl. I'm pretty sure I'm not saying it the right way, but please forgive me. I'm trying, okay? Please forgive me. I really love names because I believe that's what sets us apart and that's what unites us at the same time. So if I haven't said it well, it's not intentional. I'm still practicing how to pronounce some names, okay? Okay. Now, one thing that we have believed for so long when it comes to showing up consistently, we believe that our emotion is what is going to take us to that place of consistency. But some of us, we have come to realize that motivation or feeling, rather, doesn't take us far. Emotion doesn't take us far. But what we need is determination. What is determination? You show up even when you do not feel like. Merci beaucoup, Cheryl. Merci, merci. If there is any pronunciation that is close to it, say that one, that one, that one. Okay. And then I'll stick to it. Thank you, Cheryl. So what we need to show up, even if you don't feel like it, is two things. The first one is trusting yourself, which is self-trust. And the other one is regulation, regulating the nervous system. Once one of these things is not there, you are obviously going to not to show up whenever you don't feel like it. So for those who are just joining and you're asking yourself, why is it that I start things strong? The people that I work with, this is some of the languages that they say. I always start strong, then I disengage. If you've ever said this, I always start strong, then I disengage. Put one in the chat. Put one in the chat. TikTok and YT. If you've ever said something like this, why do I always start strong, then I disengage? Rosa, welcome. Or you said something like this, okay? If any of this resonate with you, put one in the chat. Or you said something like this. I have great ideas, but I don't know how to start with this. Thank you, Cheryl. I have great ideas, but I don't know how to start with it. Or you said, Coach, I am never consistent. My dear Scorpion, I see the numbers rising. I appreciate you. Okay. And we also have a flash goal, by the way, on TikTok. Let's also work toward that as we're tapping. TikTok just pinned the flash goal. Let's work toward that. Okay. You said, I always start strong, but I disengage. I'm not consistent, right? You said, I have all these ideas, but I don't know how to start. And you're saying, what is wrong with me? If any of these things, they are, if any of these things is clocking, please put one in the chat. So usually when you keep asking this question, you're then believing that there is something wrong with you. So the people that I work with, they are high achievers, strong on the outside, but inside they are struggling. They are present for everybody but themselves. When people need them, they know what they can say, but when it comes to themselves, it feels like they never have what they need to say. If this is you, also put one in the chat. So welcome to the live. Welcome to today's live, where I lead you to stop, to show up even when you don't feel like it, to show up for yourself before thinking about showing up for other people. I remember the first time I took the plane, when the hostess was giving us the direction, one thing that she said that I felt offended. I'm like, wait, why will she say that? So they were giving the instruction where, put your own belts before you try to help somebody else, or in case of emergency, protect yourself. Make sure everything else is set before you said it, you help someone else. And I'm like, wait, that's not how it is. You have to help people. Why did you? Welcome to this place. You are in the wrong place, please. Nice meeting you. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. It's too early for this. It is too early for this. So that's what it is, right? Scorpion, where are you watching from, Scorpion? But you type well and I read it well. Scorpion, where are you watching from? Let me know. Thank you for letting me know. Where are you watching? Are you watching me from? We are warming up the room, by the way. We are warming up the room. So if you have any questions about identity, thank you for the follow, Jean Bruno. Oh, tu es ivoirien? Ah, ça c'est très bien. Merci beaucoup. Je t'apprécie. Merci pour tous les likes. Ça m'aide vraiment parce que mon but, c'est d'atteindre 15 000 et nous sommes déjà à 1900. Donc, je t'apprécie. Merci, merci beaucoup. Moi, je suis togolaise, mais je vis aux États-Unis. Donc, vraiment, tu as bien... Mais tu as pu écrire en anglais, hein? Et puis, tu as bien écrit aussi. Ah, ça, c'est très bien. Ça, c'est très bien. Ça, c'est très bien. Thank you for the follow. Ella, merci beaucoup. Merci, merci. We're going to start soon. I promise. I'm also, speaking to my French followers. Juan Cabrera, welcome, welcome to the live. Once we start, there is no stopping. Once we start, there is no stopping. Welcome to you all. You're welcome and we are grateful about your lessons for us. Attends, dis-moi quelque chose. Hein? Comment est-ce que tu arrives à bien écrire en anglais? Est-ce que tu utilises une application? Parce que tu écris très bien. Tu écris très, très bien. Ça, c'est très bien. Dis-moi, tu utilises une application ou bien tu es aussi courant en anglais? I promise, we're gonna start. We have started already, but I also want to let me see. Okay, let me get my things ready. Give me 40 minutes and I'll teach you how to read like a pro. Okay, very good. Let me put my sound so that we can know. I know to write, but my speaking is bad. Okay, that's good. That's good. You're going to get there. I'm really proud of you. Coming from a French-speaking country, but you're writing that well. You're doing good. You're doing good. I don't use any app. You see, tu vois? And you're like on point. Okay. My song is on. I am ready to roll. Okay, one more time, welcome to everybody that is following me right now, that is watching me right now. My name is Chefi. I am a certified identity coach and a nervous system research specialist. I help people like you, people that have been trying, but it looks like anytime they try, they can follow through, right? They start, they have all the emotion, all the energy that they want to, hello, Aria, all the emotion that they need to start. They start for 3 days and they disengage after 3 days. People like this, they are high achievers. They are not lazy. They know what they want. From Indonesia, welcome, my dear friend. Always a pleasure having people in my room and saying hi. I appreciate it. Our goal is to reach the 15K, and I know we can reach that like in less than 10 minutes. Because right now, my dear friend Scorpion has been helping. So far, we are close to 3,000. Okay, so let's go. So this is what it is. People that start strong, they have all the emotion, they have all the energy, but they disengage after 3 days. If this is you, put 1 in the chat. YT, if this sound like you, put 1 in the chat. Oh, you said, Coach, I am inconsistent. I don't know why I can follow through. Okay? You said, I have all these ideas, I have all this vision, but I don't know where to start from. And then you might even end up asking, what is wrong with me? Let me tell you, like I said, you are not lazy. There is nothing wrong with you. It is just a pattern that you've been following. And that pattern, if it's not fixed, you will end up repeating this year again. This is not curse. This is not a prophecy, but this is reality. Most of you, even though you are in the year 2026, thank you for the like, my dear friend and sister, Cheryl, I appreciate you. Allez, merci beaucoup, merci, merci. Most of you, even though you are in the year 2026, physically. Not everybody is in this year, mentally and emotionally. Right? We can see you. Amadou, bon arrivé. Welcome back, my dear friend. We can see you physically in the year 2026. You're engaging, you're talking, but mentally, emotionally, you're stuck in the year before. Okay? Let me show you something on the board. You see right here. By the way, I'm not an artist, so if you see something, a drawing, just take it like that. Okay, just take it like that. So this is the present year. We are in 2026. This is 2026. Okay, and this is the past. If you have any question, please put your questions in the chat. I love questions, and I'm gonna respond. Okay, future. Future. Now, the past is any year before 2026, and the future is any year after 2026. Okay. Now, most of you, even though we are in 2026, not everybody is in 2026. Yes, you are here physically, but mentally, emotionally, you might be in the past or you might be in the future. And this is the reason why most people, and then you're going to hear people say, I don't know, I feel stuck. Whenever you tell yourself you feel stuck, it's because of the fact that maybe you did not regulate and you found yourself in the past or you're in the future. Usually, see, the brain brings what is familiar. Our brain or our nervous system brings what is familiar, not what you ask it to bring. Okay, we are going strong, Scorpion. We are close to 4,000. Very good. Okay, so your brain brings to you what is familiar. What is not what you told the brain to bring you, that it will bring you. So whenever you set a goal and you say you're gonna reach a goal, even with motivation, this is what the brain will do. The brain will scan who you are, the patterns that you have repeated in the past. The brain will scan that and will take from that which you've done before to bring it and let you know if you can truly achieve that goal or you cannot. The brain or the nervous system, that's the goal. So whenever you said, I am going to wake up at 6 o'clock, but in the past, anytime you said you're going to wake up at 6, you end up waking up at 9. So that is the message that the brain has about you. Welcome to the room, Owabini. That is the message that the brain has about you. So when it's not about just setting the goal, it's about having a track record. So when you said, I will go to the gym, that might be one of the goals that you've set for yourself for this year, 2026. So when you said you are going to go to the gym, but in the past, anytime you promise yourself that you're going to go to the gym, or anytime you promise yourself that you're going to show up, you don't show up, this is what happened. The brain files it and keep it. You see that? Whether you show up or you're not, anything that you said you're going to do is being filed in the brain. Okay, so let's try with the broken promises one. Okay, I'm going to bring this up a little bit more. This is very important. So the reason why it looks like you're making promises to yourself, but you're not following through, is because of this. But it doesn't mean that you're lazy. Unfortunately, Scorpion, merci beaucoup. Je t'apprécie vraiment. Okay, Scorpion is taking us, we are already in 4,000. We are close to 5,000. All by the help of my dear Scorpion and also Cheryl. I don't know if anybody else is typing, but let's keep it going. Okay. The first one is the broken promise one. I'm going to come back to this, but I want you to follow the reason why you keep repeating the same pattern of not showing up. Or you only show up for 3 days. For some people, you only show up for 1 week or 2 weeks. That's the most. This is the first one. When you said, I am going to eat healthy, right? And you end up, Cheryl. Thank you, my dear friend. Thank you. Okay, Cheryl. Okay. Okay. So when you said I am going to eat healthy and you end up not eating healthy, the brain, oh Abini, I appreciate you. The brain filed that, okay? You said I'm gonna drink more water and you don't. The brain files that. You said you're gonna go for a walk and you don't. The brain files that. So whether you say it or you don't say it, it's a promise that you're giving to yourself. It's a promise toward yourself. So anything that you feel like doing, but you haven't done or you have done is being filed in the brain. So this one is I'm gonna walk, I will go for a walk, I will read a book, I will pray or meditate, I will make a phone call. So all the I will that you have or you have not done, the brain is your witness. So the brain files it, right? Whether it has been achieved or not. Now let's do the second one, which is still the same thing, by the way. You said you were gonna wake up at 5 o'clock to pray. You did. The brain is filing it. Okay. You said you are going to you're gonna clean your room when you wake up. You're gonna fix your bed when you wake up. Okay. What do? This might be small promises, but the brain, you're building your track record. The brain is filing everything that you're saying. So just saying that I'm going to show up and you're not showing up is because the brain has scanned your life, and in the past there is no track record that the brain is holding on to. My dear friend, thank you for the light. Okay, so this one now we are filing the one that you said you're going to show up. I'm going to wake up at 5 o'clock, and you did. I'm going to fix my bed as soon as I wake up, and you did. I am going to put my book by the side of my bed when I'm done reading, and you did. I am going to walk for 5 minutes around my house, and you did. Okay, so anytime that okay, and anytime that you do all these things, the brain is filing it. Now here you are, we are in the present year. This is very important. The reason why you're not showing up is this. It's not a desire. Just desiring doesn't help. Okay, just desiring, it doesn't help you to achieve your goal. But a track record is what will show that you can really follow through. You can really show up. Okay. It's 6 a.m. in my side now. Now, you are in the present year and you're telling yourself, this pattern has to be broken, right? So this is what creates the loop of self-sabotage, and building a track record is very important. You need to break that loop. That loop came from you consistently not showing up or being able to show up. So right now, when you told the brain that I am going to wake up at 6 o'clock, you know what the brain does? The brain scans your past. It scans your past to find if there is anything that you filed in there or anything that was filed that has been done already. So now, unfortunately, for some people, especially those who are repeating the pattern of self-sabotage, because you've done it so well, when the brain is scanning, what the brain is seeing is this. The first thing that the brain sees, Radiant, welcome to the room. The brain sees that the last time you said you're going to wake up at 6 o'clock, you end up waking up at 10 a.m. So that's the first hit of the brain. And then the brain is still scanning, is still pushing to see if it's going to find something else. When you said you're going to fix your bed when you wake up, the brain saw that you never did, and your bed was undone for 3 days. So that's the track record that we're talking about. When you told the brain, when you told yourself, I am going to read for 10 minutes, and you didn't, that's what the brain is seeing. But so here you are, because all these things, they are still in the nervous system. By the way, for those who are just joining, I help people to stop sabotaging on themselves at the nervous system level. When we talk about self-sabotage, there is more to self-sabotage that most people don't talk about. People think the reason why they are not showing up strong is because they lack motivation. Let me be honest with you. The most motivation will take you is 3 days for some people. Okay? That's the most motivation takes people. Haute tension, merci beaucoup. Thank you for the follow. For most people, the most motivation will take you is 3 days. Can you believe that we are close to 8,000 likes? Just because Scorpion is tapping. Merci beaucoup, okay? My pleasure, that's good. Merci. Tu vois, le numéro, ça monte, hein? On est presque à 15 000. Maintenant, on est à 7 000. Merci, Scorpion. Je t'apprécie vraiment. Yes, Tana Brooks, welcome, welcome. Okay, and also don't forget to repost so that people will know that we are live. So let's go back. The brain brings what is familiar, not what you tell the brain. So when you're writing a promise, when you're writing, you're telling yourself that, okay, right now I am going to show up at 5 a.m. But when the brain scan, the track record that the brain has about you is this person, they never show up for themselves. They only show up for 2 days or 3 days and they disengage. Or this person, when they said they're gonna fix their bed, as soon as they woke up, they end up fixing their bed 3 days after. Or this person, when they said they're gonna read for 10 minutes every day, they only read 1 day and the rest of the days they never did. So that's the track record. So the reason why it looks like it's very hard for you to be consistent is because you haven't fed anything, you are not giving anything to the brain or the nervous system to trust you with. So the nervous system doesn't look for it from any place yet. It only tap into that which you're fed. Let's say that you're 35 years old now, right? Let's say that you're 35 years old now. This is not right. Oh, my dear friend, Forever Jersey, thank you so much for responding. I'm not gonna respond. You did good. Thank you. So the brain only knows that you only give the brain what you have, right? Let's say, for instance, when you're planting, you only reap that which you've planted. Do not expect to plant an orange seed and then you will reap a mango. Nature teaches us. But as human beings, we think things are gonna go a different way. If you have trained yourself for 30 years not to show up, and then all of a sudden you are 45 years old, you think you're gonna show up, the brain is not gonna pull that from anywhere but in you. So that track record that you've built about you is what the brain has of you. That's the information that the brain has about you. So if it looks or it feels like right now you have the desire to show up, but you're not showing up, it's because your nervous system only has the information about you as someone who never showed up in the past. But this is the beautiful thing that neuroplasticity is teaching us. You can rewire your brain, and now when you said you're going to show up, you show up consistently. But this is the mistake that most people do. What do? Instead of working with themselves from a place of building consistency, they go back to set goals that would defeat them, right? For someone who has not shown, who has not been able to show up strong, you cannot come and set a goal that would defeat the purpose of building a self-trust. At this stage, the reason why you're not showing up at this stage right now is because of lack of self-trust. You don't trust yourself because you've set goals in the past that you did not show up for. So now, let me show you something right here. This is your present right now. The 2026 is your present. And like something as simple as I will read a book every day for 10 minutes. But guess what? The brain only brings to you what is familiar. When you say that, the brain will scan and will see, okay, do we have anything in the past that will make this person to really read for 10 minutes? That's what it is. The brain will scan, do we have anything in the past that will sustain that which has been said, that will sustain the promise that has been given? So the brain is scanning, and the brain sees, oh, actually, Yes, we do have a record. And what is this record? Thank you for the share, Yashida. So what is this record? This record is, yes, the first day when the person said that they were going to show up for, they're going to read 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes every day. They did that in day one. Day one, they read for 10 minutes. Day two, they read for 8 minutes. And day three, while they were reading, this is very important, okay? While they were reading on day three, they were on the bed, they were sleeping, and they only read for 5 minutes. That is the image that the brain has about you. If the brain, let's say there is a meeting of brains, when your brain will present you, this is what the brain will say about you. This is how the brain will present you to the other people, the other brains. Just I like giving visuals, okay? Let's say they're calling meetings for brain, and this is how the brain will present you, because that's the image. Thank you for the follow, Samu. That's the image that the brain has about you. And that's the same image that is being projected to you, right? Now, so that's how you yourself, you're seeing you. That's why some people, you may end up saying, I am lazy. You're saying you're lazy because of the track record that you've had. You have a solid belief, you have a solid record of you not showing up. Because that's what, thank you for the repost, Jazz. Okay, that's what the brain has about you. Now, this is the present. Whenever you set the goal, in the past, because this, when the brain scans, this is what the brain is seeing. Shame, sadness, regrets, depression, and that's in the past, okay? The should have, rejection, abandonment, worry. So that's what happened in the past. And where did all this come from? This come from the amount of time that you never showed up when you said you're gonna show up, or the amount of time when somebody told you they're gonna show up that they never showed up. So you got disappointed in yourself and in them. This showed up the amount of time that what you said you are going to follow through, but you never did. So you build, so all this has a language in your nervous system as someone who never followed through. So this is what is in your nervous system. But guess what? The body holds memory. The body holds record, right? Everything that you've been through in life is stored up in this body. That's why your life experiences is built from this body. So the signs of self-sabotage, the reason why you're struggling to keep it, okay, the reason why you're struggling to keep the goal and show up strong and show up consistently, we are almost there. On est à 9700. On est à 9700, mon frère. On est à 9700. She's like, are we close to 15? We are almost there. Thank you. Okay, so this is what your past is holding right now. I don't know, have you ever heard about visualization? If you've ever heard about princess, dad, princess, where's kaka, bonne arrivée. Okay, so whenever you set the goal in the present that this is your goal, I'm going to read, I'm going to enroll, I'm gonna do all those things. These are just promises to yourself, okay, or to somebody else. But the brain is scanning, and the brain said, okay, and I gave you the example of the book reading, right? Day one, you showed up strong, you read for 10 minutes, even you overdid, you read for 15 minutes. And day two, when you're reading, you read, the brain said, okay, day two, when she's reading or he's reading, he only read for 7 minutes. And that 7 minutes, because you overdid on the day before, you said, okay, well, it's going to add up. You see the things that we say, why am I saying this so well? Who never love, honey love. I think that's what it is. Dieu vegan, bonne arrivée. Honey love, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. So that's the image that the brain has about you. That's the belief that the brain has about you. So you're going to say, okay, day one, you said 10 minutes, but you did 15 minutes. Now, day two, you said 10 minutes, but you did 7 minutes because you're saying, oh, it's going to balance out. That's the trick. That's the signal to self-sabotage. When you said you're going to read for 10 minutes, even if the day before you read 15 minutes, the present day it still has to be 10 minutes. You are pushing yourself so that you can build a track record. The brain doesn't believe you right now because there is no track record. This is why some people will say, why is this so difficult to change? Yesterday on my live, one of the participants asked me, Coach, why is it difficult to change? Why is it difficult to be consistent? It looks like it's difficult to change because of the track record that you've built. So now you're undoing. Yes, somebody else just type it again. It's difficult. It's so difficult to change because there is a track record that the brain has about you. Let's say the reason why it looks like it's difficult to change is because we are not patient. The same person that says, why is it difficult to change, is the same person that will ask, why do I know what to do, but I seem not to do it? Or is the same person that will say, why is it that if anybody needs an advice and all those things, I can easily advise them, but when it comes to me, I cannot do it. I want to do something, but I don't do it. This is what I'm talking about, right? You want to do it, you desire. So you are flowing from desire. Please put in your question. And by the way, for those who are on YT, okay, YTB, the big platform where you can go back and watch the videos. TikTok, by the way, if you want to watch this video on a replay, Sylvie, welcome back, my dear friend. Please go on the YTB. You know what I'm talking about, the bigger platform to watch it. And it's Reset with Coach Chefi. Reset with Coach Chefi on YTB. Okay, it's there. Thank you for the follow, Aubrey Snail. Now, the reason why it looks like it is hard, please look at the board right here. Thank you for the follow, Opal. The reason why it looks like it's hard to change is because of this in the past. Okay, you desire to change. You desiring to change is nothing. It just takes you to the starter point. Your desire is just this. It places you at the starting point. And that's where most of you are right now. You are at the starting point. Is my body holding me back or my mind? Great question. I'm gonna pin this question here. Someone would like to know, is it their mind that is holding them, or is it their body? Who's this? Anybody? Let's go. We need to clear mute. Very good. Okay. And I see Honey Love said the mind. Honey Love, thank you for that answer. But I want to dive in more deeper. But let's go to this. I'm going to come back to your question, which is a great question, by the way. So most of you, when you desire to change, that desire takes you to a starter level. That's not the end goal. We start to finish. But most of you take pleasure in just starting. That's why every single month, at the beginning of the month, you're telling yourself this month is gonna be different. But guess what? The way you end something is the same way you're gonna start something else, because it's the same person over and over again. This is why when you're looking forward to the new year, but you have not fixed the pattern, it's not gonna be changed. The pattern is still there. That is why most of you're living your past years in the present year. And what is the past year? Most of you're stuck in the past. What is the past? The past is any year before 2026, which is the present year. So most of you right now, you are living in 2020, you're living in 2021, you're living in 2022, you're living in 2023, 2024, 2025. But you are not in 2026. You are physically in 2026, but mentally, emotionally, you are in any year but 2026. The same way, most of you authentic existence, thank you. We are at almost 14,000. Scorpion, vraiment, tu es fort. Non, tu es fort, quoi. Okay? Now, either you're in the past or in the future. The future is any year after 2026, which is the present year. So most of you are in 2027, 28, 29, 30, and even beyond, because you are already bored of 2026, because the result that you're getting from 2026, honey love, I received the rose, merci beaucoup. Okay, Princess is saying mentally and emotionally, I am 20 years back. I hear you. I used to feel the same way, especially in 2009. 2009, not only, I've had years like that, by the way, but 2009 was my awakening, my year of awakening, right? Was my year of awakening. So, Dagon, I hear you, okay? Now, so most of you, like Dagon has said, you're such a beautiful, oh, merci beaucoup, authentique, merci, merci, okay? So you are here or here, but the present year, you are not in the present year yet, because anytime you set your goal, this is very important. Anytime you set the goal, the brain is taking you back to the past to see if you've done it before. So your mind or your brain is telling you, have we done this in the past? The brain says no. And then the brain will remind you of all the times that you gave up on yourself. And that's when shame comes in. So a lot of you right now, you are not able to move forward, or you're not able to be present because you're stuck at the shame level. So if somebody says, I feel stuck, it's because they are in the past. Remember, there is no life in the past. There is no life in the past. Hey, did you hear that? Aubrey's nails. The person said, I'm going to repeat that, Daga. She said, TikTok algorithm directed me here. Tu as entendu, non? Tu as entendu? Because you were tapping. Because Scorpion, you were tapping. We reached 15,000. So this is why I said keep tapping. The algorithm brought this person here. Aubrey's, welcome to the room. And I'm glad that you're here. Scorpion, on l'a fait, tu l'as fait, tu l'as fait, tu l'as fait. Honey love, you did it, you did it, you did it. The algorithm is shifting. You guys did, oh my goodness. And you too. And YT is tapping. You guys are amazing. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so the science of self-sabotage and how to break the cycle. Merci beaucoup, mon frère. Je t'apprécie vraiment. Bisous, bisous, bisous comme ça même. Gros, gros comme ça même. Okay, so this is very important. Once you understand this, you will know what is happening, and you will not keep blaming. You will not think that you are the problem. You will not think that you are the problem. Once you know it's a pattern, you will then identify the pattern and break the pattern. But if you think you are the problem, then you are sabotaging on the fact that you can undo that which has been done. Self-sabotage is beyond what people say. People will tell you it's because you do not want it bad enough. People will tell you it's because you're not motivated enough. People will tell you it's because you're not disciplined enough. But guess what? The motivation, the discipline, the trust, all that, they need one thing to be able to function. We're going to come back to that. But Dagon, you said I should repeat something again. Okay. Now, anytime in the past, so this is what it is. I'm going to repeat this again because somebody asked me to do that, right? Whenever you said you're going to show up in the past and you never showed up, it has been filed in the nervous system. Our body holds memory. Our body holds record. Whether you showed up or you didn't, it's all in this body. So your life experience is built in this body. It's held in this body. The joyful moment, the not so joyful, the sad moment, everything is here. Okay? So in the present, when you said you're going to show up and you didn't, The reason why you did not show up is because the brain went and pulled the moment that you didn't. So right now, most of you, because you did not show up in the past, that is held in the body as shame, that is held in the body as sadness, that is held in the body as regret, that is held in the body as depression, as rejection, as abandonment, as worry. In the past, there is no life. That's why it's called past. It had happened, but it didn't happen now. But your brain is holding on to it because you did not release it out of you. You see that? So when you are not in the present and the brain took you to your past and you found yourself in the past, now you did not just visit, you did not just tap into it, but you went over there and you sat. Oftentimes when we have things that we don't appreciate, we don't just visit, but we make of that place our home. So from the present, you have shifted. Merci beaucoup. Oh, Brianna, thank you for the love. Oh, wait, let me see. I think, did TikTok give us a goal to reach? Okay, yes, TikTok is giving us a goal to reach, and I know we can do this in just 1 minute. Thank you, my people. Okay, so in the past, this is what the brain has about you. So that's why in the present, it looks like you have all these beautiful goals, but the brain is saying, no, we don't see anything like this. We've never done anything like this. Why are you forcing us to do this? So when you visit there, you start remembering the moment that you said you're going to show up and you never showed up, right? You start remembering all those things that you said you're going to do and you never did. And you start remembering the things that you wish you did that you didn't do. Honey love, don't I love you? Is that oh my goodness. TikTok, you're spoiling me this morning. Oh, merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. Thank you. So this is the record that the brain has. So when you go there, now you start remembering your teenage year. Maybe the person that, you wanted to marry, the person that broke your heart, that little child that was abandoned, that little child that was abused. That's in the past. There is no life in the past. The past is called the past for a reason. But when you shift your awareness from the present into the past, life is only in the present. When you shift your awareness into what had happened in the past, especially the sad moments, you are now pouring life into the past. You are now pouring life into the past, so now you get stuck. So whenever you said, I feel stuck, it's because the brain has scanned. The brain didn't see anything. What is keeping you stuck is the emotion. It's the emotion that is keeping you stuck. The emotion from the past that is keeping you stuck. You're stuck because there is no life that is flowing. You see that? You feel stuck because your heart is racing fast. When you visit the past, even though Abbas, you know what? That's my brother's name. Okay, my big brother name is Abbas. Welcome to the room. Okay, so whenever you visit the past, everything that's not nice. That's not nice. I wish my kids were here. They will read it. Wait. Are you going to send it? Somebody is betting me 1,000. No, wait. Somebody is betting me 1,000 to read their name. And I think it's Russian. Okay, wait. My kids can read Russian. If they did, will you give me the 1,000? If they did, will you give me the 1,000? Yeah, Uriel. If they did, will you give me the 1,000? They love Russian. And I think this is Russian. Okay, let's go. So, the past has no life. Gotta be her. Somebody did. be. Wait, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think you're right. Guys, let's go. Stop it. Okay, let's go, guys. I mean, I do this, by the way, because things that I teach can get heavy. So this is my way of regulating, by the way. Now, let's go back to this. This is very important. The past, there is no life in the past. Okay? So when the brain is trying to find a track record of you, when the brain is trying to find a track record of someone that has been consistent in the past, someone that has shown that showed up in the past, now unfortunately the brain is dragging you to the things that you never achieved. Okay, that child that was abandoned, that child that was abused, that child that was rejected. So instead of just a 10-second of in the past, here you are, you end up spending 3 days in the past, because all these emotions, they are heavy. But guess what? You have a goal to reach. You wrote a goal that you wanted to read. You have a goal to reach. Because you mentally and emotionally shifted your location, you moved to the past, you forgot that you are in the present. This is why most of you, even though you are here physically, but emotionally, mentally, you have shifted your location into the past. And anything that happened in the past, maybe some of you did not deal with it yet. Anything that happened, and this is the work that I do with my clients, by the way. It's not therapy. I'm not a therapist, right? I am a certified coach, identity coach, and nervous system research specialist. Now, but I can tell you, identity works, so the brain only recognizes and expects what it has done before. Yes, princess, perfectly said. She says, so the brain only recognizes and expects what it has done before. That's what it is. So the brain, it's not because you told the brain that I'm going to do this, that the brain will jump. No. That's why I gave the example of what? Nature is the best place to learn. When you plant an orange seed, you get an orange. You plant an apple seed, you get apple, right? But human being, whenever we plant an apple seed, we are expecting to get papaya. We are expecting to get banana. What you plant is what you get. But most of us, we don't understand the process and we get frustrated. So your brain is working with you. That's why visualization doesn't work with everybody. If you understand this, you stop being frustrated toward yourself. So your past trauma is what is keeping you stuck. The things that you've been through in life is what is keeping you stuck. You grow in age, but there is a part of you that is stuck in the past. Okay? So once you understand this or that, I think you've been in my room before. I welcome you to this part again. Welcome. So once you understand the process of how your brain works, then you will know what to feed your brain from now. Then you know that you don't just go and give promises. You don't just promise yourself that you're going to show up. You're going to be careful of the goals that you're writing. So how to plant new seed in the brain and the nervous system. You have a good question. Let me pin this. So we have a question right here. Dagon, une très bonne question. So my friend on TikTok would like to know, how do you plant a new seed in the brain and the nervous system? This is what I teach my followers. This is the work that I do with my clients. Beautiful question, okay? Now, before I answer that, let me take you to this. I know you rush, you want to you're like, I know, let's just go to the next stage. But let me walk you through, okay? So that you can be gentle. Because what I'm doing, identity work needs patience with yourself and compassion. That's also regulation, by the way. Okay, so follow here. So right now, this is where the brain took you. And because all these things, they are strong emotion, you end up staying there for 3 days. And you're going to even see that you start even having conversation with people that talk to you. People that did things that they did against you. You're going to start asking them questions. Why did you do that? That's a proof that you shifted from the past. Abraham, welcome. You shifted from the present to the past. Your location, your mental and emotional location has shifted into the past. You're no longer in the present. So what is happening there? You're functioning from dysregulation. You're living in the survival. Your prefrontal cortex left the place, and your amygdala, which is the fear center, has fully taken place or has fully taken control of anything that you do. So from that, you're living in survival. So every response is coming from a place of survival. Now you're living a life of survival, repeating the same pattern over and over again. So that's why when the pattern is now fixed, you repeat your year 2026 in 2029 because you're playing catch up. You're playing catch up. You're not living fully, but you're playing catch up. That's why it looks like, okay, you're going to tell yourself, why do this looks like a deja vu. Of course, it's a deja vu because you lived it before. Deja vu in French means what? I've seen it already. J'ai déjà vu. Tu vois, non? Or you see that. So, déjà vu, or like the English people say déjà vu. Déjà vu means it has been seen before. It has been lived before. It feels like a déjà vu because you're bringing the past into the present. You're dragging the past into the present. So it's a full cycle that you keep repeating over and over again. But guess what? Because you visited the past and you drag all this emotion, now you drag them into the present, what is going to happen to the future? Even though you're looking forward to the future, you did not prepare. The future is prepared in the present. But here you are, you lived your entire life in the past. What are you taking into the future? You're dragging the past into the future. That's why you overthink now. That is the loop of the self-sabotage. That's why you overthink any little thing that you could do to find a source. So when you're saying, I am not consistent, you're speaking from the past because you have a track record. You have a proof that you said you're going to do things that you didn't do. When a simple answer of a yes or a no would take you 6 days, is because you're bouncing in between the present and the past, the present and the past, the present and the past. It's just a simple yes. And then what? Because you're bouncing in between to give that simple answer for that job that they call you for, you prayed for, you fasted for. Now they said the job is ready, come get it. Because you're bouncing back and forth, you are going to lose that job. When you lose that job, what is going to be the language again? Because you're in the past. You start saying, why can't I do anything right? Now your self-talk is negative toward you. So you're reinforcing anything from the past. You're reinforcing anything that has been said about you, that has been said to you. Silvio, welcome back, my dear friend. So it has been reinforced. And guess what? Now you have dragged the past into the present. That's where you get depressed. That's where you get, that's where you get depressed. That's where you get anxiety. All these things, they are holding on to you because you drag them. By the way, for those who are just joining, when you come on my live, I teach about self-sabotage, how to stop sabotaging at the nervous system level, build an identity, rebuild a self-trust to stay consistent. You can be consistent, but it needs you to be patient with yourself. Knowing things like this, you now don't go and set goals to prove to someone that you can do it. You don't set goals to prove to people that you can do it. You don't set goals to prove to yourself that you can do it. You cannot prove yourself to anyone. Nana, welcome back. Okay? So you want to set goal to build a self-trust, to rebuild a self-trust. For someone like you, okay, I'm assuming that the person that is here has been battling with self-sabotage for a while. It's someone that said, it is hard to change. I keep repeating the same pattern over and over again. This is how my life is going to be. Why am I saying this? And it might look like I'm reading you. Yes, I am reading you because this is a life that I lived. Not only I have a certification to coach people to rebuild self-trust, to coach people to stop self-sabotage, but it was a life that I lived so well. So until I realized that, okay, it's not a motivation problem. It's not a discipline problem. It's not because I don't want a bad enough problem. This is what the motivational talks will tell you. And as you're believing in this, you start believing that you are the problem. But you are not a problem. It is a pattern that was learned. It is a pattern that was anchored in the nervous system. But guess what? Something that you do can be undone. Something that you learn can be unlearned. That's the power of neuroscience. Right? It's like a plastic. You can shape it and model and remodel and all those things. So is there hope? There is. I remember when at the beginning of this year, I told myself I was going to go live on TikTok for 100 days. On my day 5, someone came on the live and he told me, I believe it's a man, the way they wrote in the chat, said, no one could ever stop self-sabotage. And he said, because day 1, you show up strong, and day 3, you disengage. And you can tell this is a pattern that this person has lived for a while, that they're tired of the pattern. That's why they're saying that you can never stop self-sabotage. But I tell you, you can stop self-sabotage. When you step out of the starter, you can step into, because there is a way to breaking the pattern, okay? Let me see if I get up, will you see me? Yes, you can still see me. Okay. Okay. So someone asked me, how do you now break the pattern? How do you anchor a new information at the nervous system level? Okay. Let me look for that answer, that question, so that I can answer the right way. So how to plant new seed in the brain and the nervous system? That's a very good question. Dagon, are you still here? Okay, let's answer that question, because I believe that is the same question that you're asking right now. And this is François Daci Bonarier. This is a work that I do with my friends. I mean, with my followers and my clients. I've been doing this for a while. So how do you plant a new seed and regulate? Okay. How do you plant a new seed and regulate? You need 2 things, because what you're doing here is rebuilding your self-trust. Rebuild self-trust. You're rebuilding the self-trust, because right now the nervous system doesn't trust you yet. Okay, due to the repetition. We learn from repetition, by the way. You start one day, most of you. Okay, let's do this. So you start here. There is a pattern to self-sabotage. The first one that we do is, can you see the board? I don't know how to mirror on, I'm so sorry, my YT people. I'm gonna learn how to mirror on here. Okay. But I will say what I'm writing, okay? I will say what I'm writing. I don't know how to mirror here. Okay, so you start. You doubt. You slow down. Okay? You slow down. Shame. Fear, and stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you stop. The reason why it looks like it's hard to change is what I'm saying here. So for my YT people, okay, you start at 100% because you got motivation. Motivation will take you 100%. Motivation is a sugar rush, is what? Is dopamine. So you start at 100%. But guess what? Day one, this is you 100%. The same day that you started is the same day that you quitted, but you don't know yet. So physically, you are here physically. Your day one of the goal. Emotionally, you are here. Emotionally. Physically, we see you. Emotionally, you're here. This is the self-sabotage, by the way. The fact that you self-sabotage, because here, you don't have enough track record to keep you so that you can finally say done. Right? The goal is not to stop, but the goal is to say done. But at the nervous system level, because the nervous system doesn't have anything to say done, the same way you started 100% physically, you're also here. So you're split into two places. The reason why you're split into two places is because of these things right here. This is the track record that is filed in the nervous system. This is the track record that is filed in the nervous system. So you have what? While all these things, you setting a goal is happening, the brain is scanning. The brain says, oh, this person, they have doubted themselves before. So you're doubting yourself in this moment too. Thank you for the follow, my dear friend. So you're doubting, you're like, I know in the past I never showed up. Will I be able to show up? Then, day one is this. Day two, you're already doubting. Let me give you a simple example. That example, most of us, our goal is around the gym, losing weight, gaining muscle, and not building muscles, and all those things. But guess what? Nothing, it takes process. That's what we forget. When we are setting goals, we forget that things have to do with process. We want things to happen so fast that we forget about the way things are built, right? Nobody plants today and you're gonna expect the harvest today. It doesn't happen. That's why we are eating the wrong food, okay? That's why we are going to fast food, because we are not patient. When it comes to transformation, when it comes to identity building, when it comes to consistency, it's patience. You have trained the brain. Unfortunately, you'll build a pattern of not showing up for 20 years. And then you think in one day you'll show up. Why do you want to do that to yourself? So a lot of people that are doing identity work, or a lot of people that are trying to show up, they are not gentle. Ajara, welcome. They are not gentle and patient with themselves. Yes, right now it feels like you know your pattern and you're tired of the pattern. You are tired. I know you are, because it's not a great place to be. Especially the reason why you're tired, because it comes with shame. So most of you right now, you're going through shame because you are this person where from the outside, people can say, wow, I want to be like her. But you in the inside, you know that you're broken promises to yourself. So there is this sadness, this shame. Even though outside you're strong, inside the world is broken. So that's why you want to go ahead and fix it fast. But again, that is you putting more to the nervous system that the nervous system can handle. So you need to work and partner with the nervous system. This is the work that I do. That's why I put together the 30-day blueprint to stop self-sabotage. To stop self-sabotage, break the pattern of doubt, overthinking, and inconsistency. Let me pin this in the chat as we continue. Let me pin this in the chat as we continue. This ebook will help you to rewire your brain so that you can now no longer be a starter. You don't just start, but you learn how to start and then finish that which you said you're gonna do. Okay, where is that? Where is that? Where is that? I thought I have it. Okay, it's right here. I'm gonna pin it here. Copy. Okay, very good. Now, this ebook also gives you the ability to work with me for 30 days. Because I know that, especially when it comes to self-trust, you want to have someone to work with you. So what do we need to rebuild the self-trust? Keep the questions coming. Good job. I've pinned the information in the session, in the TikTok page. The information is there. Now, before I answer that, let's get deeper there, okay? So here you are. In between, before you self-sabotage, these are the things that come up before you self-sabotage. So you don't just wake up and sabotage on yourself. This is the pattern that you need to fix. This is the pattern that you need to fix. Okay? So this is the in-between, the start and the stop. The same day you start is the same day you emotionally and mentally stop. Now, how do you, is again just like the same question that Dagon asked, which is, now, how do you plant a new seed? And how do you regulate the nervous system? The most powerful one is, how do you regulate the nervous system? When you want to plant a new seed, it has to do with the goal that you're setting. Now you understood that you don't need a motivation. You're not lacking motivation. Now you understood that there is more to self-sabotage than just motivation, right? There is more to self-sabotage than just discipline. Let's say, look here. Discipline. Okay. The reason why I'm not answering the question yet is this, because most of you are functioning from the head level. You need to see the visual to sink before you've done anything that I'm telling you right here. I don't think this is the first time you're hearing it. It's just coming from a different place. Because right now, you are at your starter level. The stages to rebuild the self-trust is this. Thank you, Anthony. Peter, I appreciate you. You are at the starter level. So all the information that I'm telling you, it's like I'm giving you a hot plate. So you are like, you want to put it down. But I want you to sit. That's what I do with my clients. I don't give information. I give transformation. Because most of you are functioning with information. You are loaded with information. So your nervous system right now has information, but you haven't trained you what to do with that information yet. I'm not the only one that you watch. I'm not the only one that you follow that is in the same pattern of the things that you do, like, right? So I want you to see. So when I'm talking to you, when I'm teaching you, I'm helping you to have your eyes to see. I can easily give you the answer, but no. Because I remember when I was stuck in my moment of self-sabotage, I wanted the answer fast because I'm like, something has to change. But that doesn't change anything. You know what will happen? You move on to another life, and then that becomes and all this information just become an information. But you need to put a stop to this. You gotta tell yourself, this has to stop. Because let's say if you're 25 years now or 35 years, but you're supposed to live for 90 years, how long will you drag this pattern for? So wait, I will take you to that place to rebuild, but don't treat this as motivation, because motivation fades quick. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. By the way, that platform, I'm also doing it on that platform just in case, because after this, you're not gonna see the video anywhere. So I'm also streaming here, by the way, and it's Reset with Coach Chefi. so that whenever the live is done, you can go back and watch it. Because I know there are a lot of things that come out when I'm teaching, so you can get access to it. But I appreciate you being here today, Peter. Thank you so much. So let's go back, okay? I'm helping you to get out of the head so that you can discern at the heart level. Because most of you are bombarded with information 24/7 every single day. So you're disconnected. Your head is loaded with information, but your heart is disconnected. Okay? So now let's descend where even this will lead me to true. Merci beaucoup. Where this will even lead me to lead you through regulation. Okay, we're gonna do some regulation work. Let's do some regulation work. Let's regulate right now. Let's regulate. For those who are just joining, my name is Chefi. I am a certified identity coach and a nervous system research specialist. I help my followers. I work with my clients, the high achievers, the high performers, to stop self-sabotage at the nervous system level, build an identity to stay consistent. When we talk about self-sabotage, there is more to self-sabotage that most people don't talk about. People will tell you it's because you're not motivated. People will tell you it's because you do not want it bad enough. People will tell you it's because you're not disciplined. But for someone who has lived that life, I know I was a chronic self-starter, right? A chronic, self-sabotager. But there was a shift, and the shift is what I teach, and the shift is what I coach people with. I lived it, so I know the shame that comes with it. I lived it, and I know the fear that comes with it, the doubts. You consistently keep doubting your potentials. I don't just teach, I transform life. And I want you to know that, okay? Right now, people that I'm talking to, they are very talented. People that I coach, they are very talented. And oftentimes, these are the people that also want to bring a change to their financial ability. And these are the people that are desiring to start digital products, because that's the trendy thing. But guess what? You bought the course for the digital product. You desire the change. The way you do one thing is the same way you're going to do everything. You know you have the solution in you, but you don't know why. There is this fear, shame and fear. When you have this shame, you're stuck. That's the fear. Let me read this. There is, that book is upstairs. I'll pull it up from here. Okay? I've given a lot of information that we need to cool down so that it can sit. Okay? Our deepest fear, maybe you already know that quote by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear. Okay, I'm going to read it. I have to end my personal glitch. Yes, it has to stop, because you have a lot of talent in you. And if I give that example, if you're meant to live for 90 years, are you going to keep repeating the pattern? Are you going to keep repeating the loop? Till when? Right? So there has to be a stop. So don't keep going for information. Information, just like motivation, is a dopamine, is sugar rush. That information becomes transformation when you sit with it, when you process it, and when God breathes upon it, it becomes wisdom. And from there, you know what to do with it. So I don't like it when people come and they just want to get information, because I know right after my live, you're going to watch another live. Are you going to keep repeating this pattern? Till when? If you're really tired, what are you doing differently? That's why we'll keep showing up. We will keep showing up. But is there any change happening? You can say, I am tired, but are you really tired? The reason why you keep coming on lives, and let me be honest. I love you all being here. Because there is this saying in my country that says that a tree or a fruit doesn't eat itself. Right? When we have fruit, who eats it? Somebody else. So with all the gifts, me the ability to come and teach, If you don't show up, I'll be, of course, be like, what is happening? So being here, merci beaucoup. I appreciate you all. But because I live the life of self-sabotage, when I'm teaching, I'm talking to my old self. I'm not going to lie to you. I have a room full of people. I have one person on YT right now, and I have at least 56 people. We had 88, but when I come, I only speak to one person. That one person where they will not take this information as just information or as a moment of motivation, but they will tell themselves enough is enough. In 2009, I told myself I matter. And that I matter that I told myself was what set me to go for my certification as an identity coach, as a nervous system research specialist. And from there, with this patience toward myself, things were changing. I have some talented people right now, but they are stuck in the past. They are stuck in regrets. They are stuck in doubt. You are admiring everyone but yourself, because when you look deep down, there's nothing to admire. When you try to admire yourself, the only thing you're saying is the person that starts but never finishes. When you look deep down, so it comes with shame. You're like, is this how my life is going to be? No. But it starts with one. Your 3 months or your 6 months or the end of the year start from one day today. The decision that you make, the choices that you make, they are building your future. This is why most of you're repeating your previous year into the present year. You're playing catch up every single time. So if that pattern is not fixed, you will desire a change, but there's not going to be a change. Desiring is not doing. Yes, change looks difficult. Change is difficult because you're birthing your authentic self. There are some words that I don't like to use because it has been overused so much that it doesn't look. So I said authentic, but I know I'm going to use the right word. You are partnering with God. Thank you, Peter. Merci beaucoup. You're partnering with God to bring into existence who you are. And who are you? You are the image and the likeness of God. That is the authentic self. That is who you are. So when we are talking about identity work, it's just reminding, or it's just remembering who you were. Unfortunately, this is what most people think. It's 7 o'clock. We started at 5:30. It's 7. We're good. Okay, good. Let's continue. So most people, when we talk about, authentic self, we talk about identity work. A lot of people, they think it's for them to create something that never existed. So that's, somebody asked me, how do you plant a new seed? That's where we are going right now. The way you plant a new seed is a shift in the mind. Right now, you think you are this. So when we talk about self-sabotage, you're bringing it to the body. You're not showing up consistently because you're waiting on your emotion. Emotion is from the body. Who you are is the image and the likeness of God. So you need to let the brain know that that's who I am. The brain is just bringing back to you who you made it believe that you are. If you've ever heard about visualization, please put it in the chat while I'm getting this quote ready for you. Sorry, I have I'm not gonna claim it, but hey, our deepest fear. If you've ever heard about visualization, put 1 in the chat. If you've ever heard about visualization, put 1 in the chat. Let me see who's here. I'm still learning about. If you've ever heard about visualization, put 1 in the chat. Why did my song stop? Oh, I stopped it. If you've ever heard about visualization, And if you've ever tried it, okay, equal, thank you, true, okay. If you've ever tried visualization, put 2 in the chat. If you've ever tried visualization, put 2 in the chat. For those who have heard about visualization, have you tried visualization before? I'm going to take you. Very good. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Eco. I appreciate you. Now, the reason why it looks like visualization doesn't work for everybody is this. Okay? Remember, the brain brings to you what is familiar. Now, what you ask the brain to do. Peter, merci beaucoup. I take the rose. Thank you so much. So the brain brings to you what is familiar, what not you ask the brain to do. So whenever you're telling the brain, see a future me, for those who are here from the beginning, I told you that your future you is your past you. So when you tell the brain, visualize me driving a car, you have your dream car, okay? Visualize me finishing my courses. The brain only brings back what is familiar. So the brain is scanning if you've ever started and finished anything. So when you're about to visualize, you have your eyes closed, instead of the brain taking you to your future self, the brain is dragging you to your past self, where doubts, slowing down, shame, fear, rejection, abandonment, and all those things are. So you try so hard to bypass it, and then you stop with the visualization. And you ask yourself, why is it that it's working for other people, it's not working for me? Okay? That's what it is. Now, how do you trick the brain? And also, not only that you feel like an imposter, a lot of people, they feel like they're lying. Because as human beings, we want to see it before we can believe it. So it's hard to visualize that future self that you never seen, that is not familiar with the things that you're doing presently, in the present moment, because you have a track record. So that track record is someone who has never done it before. So the brain is struggling. The nervous system is stuck with all that information. Now, what do? How do you trick yourself? It's not tricking yourself, but it's just reminding yourself. The way you do it is this. Knowing who you are. Who you are is the one that has already done it. So when we talk about visualization, usually what they are telling you is, go back to who you were before the flesh came on who you were. And who were you? You are the image and the likeness of God. You are the image and the likeness of God. You are the image and the likeness of God. I know some of you is just information because you've heard it before. But if you let this sit, you're not going to struggle with your goals. When we talk about you are the image and the likeness of God, it means that the character, the nature, the attributes of God is in you. Okay, follow me. God is the beginner, like they call him Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. What does that mean? Where is my... Let me just give you... So this is what the truth you want to hold on to. But that truth comes from knowing who you are, not claiming. That's your identity blueprint. The image and the likeness of God is your identity blueprint. So, it says God is the beginning. This is not going to help me. Hi, my kids. Beginning. Did we spell well? Beginning and the end. Okay, so this is the starter and the finisher. You see that? Hey, Papa, good morning. Okay, so please, if you follow this, you're not gonna struggle with visualization or any goal. This is how you show up consistently. If you train yourself to know that in you, because you have the attributes of God in you, you are the image and the likeness of God. So you're carrying God in you. And God is known as the beginning and the end, which is the one that starts is the one that finishes it. So that's the track record that your brain should have. My son is coming in, the other one. Good morning, baby. Careful, okay? Careful. It's 7 o'clock. So they are getting ready for school. They are waking up by themselves. Okay? So, he is the beginning and the end. He never stops until he sees the results. He sees the results from the beginning. You see that? That's the visualization we are talking about. He sees the end from the beginning. So that ability to see the end from the beginning is also in you. But right now, because you're living a life of survival, okay, it's hard for someone who is living a life of survival to visualize. That's why it's very important to regulate the nervous system. When the nervous system is regulated, then you start seeing the part of you that you never saw or the part of you that you never believed, which is the image and the likeness of God. So these attributes, they are in you. Guys, you drain my dry erase. You drain, yeah. Okay, so all these attributes is in you. So when the brain is scanning to find a track record, has she done this before? For those who are here in the beginning, you will understand why I'm pointing to this. Because when the brain goes to scan to see if you have a track record, automatically the brain is bringing you here. But once the brain knows that, oh wait, they are identified with the beginning and the end. When the brain is scanning, the brain has a lot of track record of things that you started and then you accomplish. You see that? So what are you doing now? The Bible says, in God we live, in God we move, in God we have our existence. What does that mean? It's like a fruit. What fruit would that be? A talk on, yes. It's like, yes. You see avocado, right? The avocado seed. You are the avocado seed. This is so, yes, ma'am, it is. When I understood this, I'm like, wait. Because the brain, I have myself, I try so much to see something good in me, I couldn't. Because my track record wasn't good. But God was helping me. So you are the seed in the avocado. The skin, the everything is God. Okay? So in God you live, in God you move, in God you have existence. That means that you are in Him. Your track record and everything, the brain will take it from Him and Him alone. So you're negating, even that belief is what negates fear. So now there's a higher covering. When your brain is taking you to remember when you said, okay, so when the brain comes, the brain, by the way, is the most powerful, one of the most powerful things that God has given us. That's why the Bible says we have the mind of Christ. But right now, you don't believe that you have the mind of Christ. Please, just a small disclaimer, and this is very important. In my room, I talk God, I talk Jesus, okay? I talk God. Neuroscience, movement, which is the regulation. This is your identity blueprint. Somebody asked, how do you rebuild the self-trust? You rebuild the self-trust by telling the brain that you actually do have a track record. You do have a track record. So that's what you need to tell the brain. Because right now the brain doesn't see anything to identify with. What is that track record? The beginning and the end. Anything that you start, you always finish. But you have to start from here. That's where neuroplasticity. Now, people will tell you affirmation. I don't say affirmation. I say creative word. Where am I taking you here? I'm taking you to how to believe that you have a track record. You have a track record, you have to start speaking it. Because when you're speaking it, you're rewiring your brain, you're hearing it, and it's becoming the... Okay, let's go back. We are not going to run before. Can we regulate? It's still being taken as information. Let's regulate, okay? Right now, if you are in a safe place that you can close your eyes, do so. But if not, please still connect. Nervous system regulation is not a hype thing. As human beings, we like turning everything into hype. It's not a hype thing. You know, and I think the reason why we do that so that we can make it look like we have information, we are powerful and all these things. No. Nervous system regulation is as simple as this. When we talk about regulation, is two things: intention and connection. That's all. Intention and connection. Nervous system regulation is intentionally creating a pause in your daily activity in order to connect to your body. When you're connected to your body, that's what creates grounding in the body. You want to be grounded in the body. When you're not grounded in the body, you're dysregulated. So all the decisions that you're making, they're coming from here, the head. Survival. The freeze mode. The amygdala has kicked in. So intentionally creating a pause is what? Let's say something that you're known doing every... Diosa, merci beaucoup. Thank you for the follow. So let's say you're going to drink water. Okay? Usually, because the brain is used to that. Remember the track record? The brain has done it already, so the brain will not think what to do with the water. It's just going to what it has done in the past. But you're training the brain not to think at the lower level now. You're thinking at the higher level. Please, if you practice this, you see that manifestation that they say? I don't say manifestation because we are being taught by how it's supposed to be. Manifestation is lower level. God level is what? Partnership. There is a version of you that is dormant because of life experience. There's a version of you that is there, but it's just dormant, right? That's why the word of God says, light shine in darkness and darkness could not comprehend it. The darkness is the life experience, the traumatic moment. All those things, it looks like now they are covering you as darkness. But there is always that part of you that is there. Let me say, when I'm playing scavenger hunt with my children and I hide the egg under a tree, the fact that the egg, they can see the egg, doesn't mean that the egg is not there. It's there, but it's just hidden. So please don't think of you as creating somebody different. It's the ego that makes us think we're creating someone different. So that's why it's hard for you. That's why change is hard. Change is hard because there is no track record. So let's come back to this place now. Now, you still want to know God is always with us, yes. Not only always with us, we are in Him. Like a woman carrying a baby, we are in the womb of God, by the way, right now. When I said that, can someone type how they felt when I said that? When you just heard that you are in the womb of God. Please type in the chat how you felt when you heard that. Kumba, Dumba, welcome. I'm still going to read this quote to you, by the way. I'm still going to read it, but I'm taking you somewhere. Relief. That's the regulation. That's regulation. The fear left the room. Relief. We are in the womb of God. He's carrying us. So the fear of what will tomorrow be comfortable, the fear of what will tomorrow be, what if, trying to prove yourself to people, trying to make people know that, oh, what you think of me, that's not who I am. You're calling everybody to let them know that I'm a different person. Why do you guys keep saying the things that I've done in the past? You are in the womb of God. You are in the womb of God. And as women, right, you can tell, we are in a certain way with our children, especially when you're pregnant. But so you are in the womb of God right now. Let me read this quote to you. It's so powerful, by Marianne Williamson. She said, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frighten us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own lights shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Let's go to regulation right now, please. So right now, and I talk about the regulation, which is as simple as, I just demonstrated that through saying that you're in the womb of God. So there is a relief. You release that tension that you came with, maybe, right? The other regulation is this. I was giving the example of water. The brain is used to things, so the brain doesn't process. It just go back to what is known, the familiar thing. So intentionally, when you get that bottle of water to drink, squeeze it. You just created a pause so that you can connect. Hey, Bridget the Bridge. Welcome, my dear friend. So when you squeeze that bottle of water, you just intentionally created a pause. Because in the past, as soon as you get the bottle, everything is automatically, you're not connecting to anything that you're doing. Presence is what? Being present. Presence is being present. So even if it's about the cup, when you're doing it, connect your brain. By the way, when you do things like this, it's going to help you to clear the fog in your brain as well. You have fog, you're stuck because you're not present with the things that you're doing. Couch, welcome, my dear friend. Okay, so now anything that you're doing, don't just do it because the brain is asking you. You do it because you're present. You're going to see when you start doing this, it's going to help you with your breathing as well. A lot of people don't know how to breathe. There is power in breathing. That's why when there was chaos, God breathed upon the chaos. There is power in breathing. These are the things that God has helped us, has given us rather, but we are not using it. Okay? So if you're opening the cup, connect, see how it's been done. Okay? You're twisting, you're looking. It's like a baby, you're now a child. You're relearning so that you can awaken that creative ability so that you can connect and hear. Before you speak, you are connecting before you hear, so that you don't just give answers because you feel like giving answers. Regulation is important. The person who asked me, how do you regulate? This is how you regulate. But if you want to take it deeper with things that you're carrying, let's go to that. Okay? Put one hand on the chest and the other one on the belly. Automatically, when I'm doing this, my people on YT left. They're like, wait, she's not talking to us. I'm so sorry. Welcome back. I have one person on YT. Okay? Naturally, this is I'm leading you through regulation, by the way. One hand on your chest and the other one on the belly. You're creating connection. Most of you're living outside of your body. Everything is automatic, so you are no longer aware of the things that you're doing. This is connection. It's very important to create connection because that is the body that is holding the memory of the things that you've done. Now you need to let the body know that all those things, I'm not them, but this is who I am. You're writing a new story in your brain, okay? And let me warn you, you might start crying because you're releasing. You might start shedding tears, okay? Let's go to the belly and the chest. Gentle, start rubbing the chest while this hand is here. Very good. Now, every rub, inhale. And every rub, exhale. It goes. And exhale, open your mouth. Very good. Inhale. Through the nose. Exhale, open your mouth. Very good. Let's do that again. In a gentle way. Don't rush. Inhale. And exhale. Good job. Now tap. You can do this for at least 60 seconds of connection. Welcome to the room. 60 seconds. You can tap. I gotta go because it's time for the kids to get ready for school. By the way, if you've tried by yourself to rewrite a story, okay, I've given most of you everything that is needed. But at this moment, you still feel like, coach, I need an accountability partner. I've written goals and everything that you've shared makes sense, but I want to take it to a different level. Go on my bio and you see the LINK where I have one-on-one coaching session, group coaching session, and I also have an ebook. Why did I create this ebook? This ebook is to help my old me, the one that was stuck, the one that didn't know that one day she will come and teach and coach with all the life experience, the one that used to believe that this is how my life is going to end, the one that used to believe that I have nothing to pass on to my children, the one that used to believe that there is nothing good in me, the one that used to believe that everybody is better than me, the one that used to love and appreciate everyone, that value other people, but was never there for myself. That's the one that I wrote this ebook for, and it's 30-day identity blueprint to stop self-sabotage, break the pattern of self-doubt, overthinking, inconsistency, procrastination. You see what we just went through? That's what is in the ebook. The Word of God, okay, to rewire, creative word. Hello, when do you usually go live? I go live every single day, Monday through Sunday. I've been coming on live now at 5 o'clock or 5:30, and I hope to stay on for 2 hours. I may go live again later today, but for now, that's the schedule, okay? And thank you for asking. So this ebook is going to help you for 30-day shifts. That's what helped me, by the way. But this is the thing. I know how self-sabotage works. I lived it. I bought books. I bought journals. But that's all I could do. I did everything but therapy. My therapist was God, and is still God. The first day God told me you had trauma, I'm like, God, wait. If it's a human being that said this, I'll fight them. Why will I fight them? I know this part of the world. The US, everything is trauma. So I used to fight. I'm like, wait, everything is not trauma. Why are you making this about trauma? But when God said, sit down. We need to talk. You had trauma. I'm like, wait, God, you're lucky you are not a human being. And then he took me to, even before I was born, it took me to 5 years. The things that I consciously brought them back. It's like, okay, let me take this. I'm gonna bring what led to that part, okay? Guys, it's time to wake up. Wakey. Okay, I brought something. YouTube, I'm sorry, okay? It might not look the way it's supposed to. Can y'all see it here? Okay. Okay, you see this? You see the scripture here, okay? Okay. So I was reading my word. I know this. I've read it many times. A lot of times. Then one day I was reading it again. It says, thank you so much. One day I was reading it again. And it says, love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. Does not boast. It's not proud. Does not dishonor others. It's not self-seeking. It's not easily angered. Keeps no record of wrongs. Does not delight in evil. Rejoices with the truth. Always protects. Always trusts. Always hopes. Perseveres. And then I was like, wait, 7:30. I'm gonna be leaving soon. And I was like, wait. This is a description of love. Okay? This is a description of love. And I know my anchor scripture is the image and the likeness of God. So, if this is a description of God, meaning that God is love, that means I am love. But what happened? I wasn't patient. I was not kind. I was the opposite of all of this. Then please, what happened? The response I was not expecting was, you had trauma. I'm like, wait, God. When you come from Africa, we don't know anything called trauma. You know why? Because naturally, there are things around us that help us to release trauma, that help us to release the pent-up emotion. So we are constantly releasing. That's why it feels like, even though we are going through, even though it looks like we come from a place where we should feel trauma, but we have a technique of releasing without knowing that that's what we are releasing. It is 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. By the way, all this description of love is the description of a regulated nervous system. So you see, neuroscience or science did not come to defeat or to struggle with God. No. Only a nervous system that is regulated can show all these attributes. So when the nervous system is not regulated, it's quick to do things. It's not kind because because you feel like somebody is after you. Someone is coming to take things from you. Okay? You're living in fear. You're living in doubt. But with all this description, it shows that there's no place for these things in love. And this is the example of a regulated nervous system. Okay? Samil, welcome. So this is the work that I do with my clients. I've been doing this for years, and I'm glad I went through it. But now, the ebook, did I pin it? Let me pin it again. The beautiful thing that the ebook gives you, like I said, I've done it before, and I know the shame that comes with, and I know most of you, maybe you bought courses, you enroll in classes, but you never met. Oh, true, you're still here. True, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But you never showed up because, thank you. Coach Peter Anthony, merci beaucoup. Thank you so much, my dear friend. Yes, Eco, thank you. Now, this is what, not only will the ebook help you to break that pattern, now your language, you're no longer going to be just a starter. From a starter to a finisher, a doer. The language that you want to anchor in your system is a doer. Remember, we talk about a track record. That's the language that the nervous system wants, right? Some of you right now, you're going to run with this and your life will be transformed. That's what I want. But most of you, because it's a pattern, thank you, Marine. Thank you. Hey, Priscilla. Hey, Priscilla. Welcome to the room. Welcome, my dear friend. So this is one of the people that got the ebook, by the way. Now, this is what the ebook is giving you. Like I said, I've lived it. I know what it is. We want to work on the self-trust. We want to build the self-trust. So what am I offering you on top of the ebook? You will work with me for 30 days. May you help me with the verse? Yes, I will help you with the verse. Where is it? Guys, we're going to be on time at school today, right? We're going to be on time, right? David, Papa, it's time to wake up. Wake you up so that you can go brush your teeth, take shower for school, 4/7. It's here. It is here. Okay. So the ebook gives you access to work with me for 1 month. We are rebuilding the self-trust because the information you have about you right now is I show up for 3 days, I disengage. But we want to work together to have a self-trust, rebuild your self-trust so that next time when you said you're going to show up, you will show up. When you said you're going to show up, you show up. So if you're tired and you feel like there is more to this information, you don't want to repeat 2026 in 2029, and you feel like, let me work with a coach, I am your coach. I am your coach if you're truly tired and you want to see a change. I am your coach if you want to break out from the comfort zone, the comfort place. Most of you, you're so comfortable. That's why you're not seeing the wealth that you want to see. Your comfortability is what is keeping you broke. It's not because you're lazy. Your comfortability is what is keeping you stuck. Okay? Your comfortability is what is keeping you stuck, what is keeping you broke. That it feels like now you're okay with calling yourself lazy. That is not true. God doesn't create lazy people. God doesn't waste his time like that. Anything that has been created has a value. Anything that exists has a value. Every single thing. And this is where, that's why I'm like, science just came to show who God is. You might even say, love you, my dear brother. You might even say, Even if you thought of something that you feel like doesn't have a value, go look it up on YouTube and put, what is the value of this thing? Or what is the benefit of this thing? What does this thing move? Everything. So right now you have a value, but you are loving your comfort zone so much that you have not tapped into that part of you yet. You're still playing small. You're still at this level of playing small. My big brother is in the house. Bonne arrivée, grand frère. Welcome, big brother. Thank you. Such a pleasure having you here, my big bro. Okay? So, if you said, Coach, I want to change the story. I don't want to repeat 2026 in 2029 because I'm keep living a déjà vu. And Princess said it earlier that she's living her past 20 years in actual time. And it's true. It might be like a joke, but it's true. Most of you, you're reliving your past. When are you going to live your present? That's why you're playing catch up. It is so deep that even when you go to bed, you start having dreams of you in primary school, in secondary school, in high school, because there is a part of you that is stuck in the past. When you start regulating from identity, which is the image and the likeness of God, that's where God steps in and compress time for you. But you don't go ahead to shift things that you did not plant it yet. You don't go to do it by yourself. That's why on this journey, it cannot be done by yourself. There is a part of you that you don't know yet. That's why when I started reading about 1 Corinthians 13:4-7, God is like, wait, let me tell you, you had trauma. Because, I trained myself in the past as a Christian. I know about forgive. So when things happen, I'm like, I need to let go. I need to let go. Even though I was saying to let go, my body was holding it. This is what most of you, you're going through right now. I think I'm done. It's time for the kids to go to school. YT, thank you so much for being here. So we stream on different platforms. I am going to leave this on, now I can say it. I'm going to leave this on YTV, the bigger platform. If you're not following me on that platform, is Reset with Coach Chefi. Okay. Anything that I'm doing here, I want to put it here so that you may have missed few things. You can watch it again on the bigger platform, which is, if you know what I'm talking about, just type it. I came here for, oh really? I know. So it's better here. Thank you for letting me know, my dear friend. So that's why when you came, you're like, it's better here. Peter, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate. I know it's backward. I know I'm still learning, so I'm gonna look into it. I don't know if you can mirror things on what he said, but I'm gonna learn. I'm so sorry. YT, welcome. The goal is to feed this platform as well. So that's what it is. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Forever Jersey. Yes, okay. I know. Authentic. Thank you. You're trying to make me stay authentic. Did you guys read that? Did you guys read the definition of my name? Yo, by the way, my dad is, Muslim. So my name is Arabic. And, man, you're gonna make me cry. Thank you for authentic. You bless me. So yes, I know. But anytime you know what? You just said this. Our name is our destiny, by the way. Our name carries power. Our name is our destiny. I've learned this coming from Africa. They don't just name people just to name them. They might even ask for, who is this child? What is this child coming to do? Okay. And even in the Eastern religion and all that, for instance, before Jesus came, his destiny was revealed. So there is power to our name, right? Our name carries power, so name is destiny. Whenever I see someone, I'll ask them, what is the meaning of your name? And then they'll say, oh, it's just Mary, or it's just this. I'm like, go look for the meaning. I teach at schools too. And when I talk to them, one day I gave them an assignment. They came back. Oh, the name, the meaning of their name. They're like, I'm a leader. And it's not just word that they were throwing, but authentic. I feel your healing. Oh, merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. My name, and it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. One day I met someone, she's also, I think she's from, but she's Muslim. And then she was telling me my name. You know what I did? I gave her my journal and I said, write the meaning in my journal. Where's that journal? Let me see if I can find it. But the thing with the Arabic name, they have is the meaning, but you can see different aspects of it. Different aspects of it. You just set me off. Thank you for saying that. You just set me off. Let me see if I can say this one. Boys, we gotta go to school. Wakey, wakey. It's not here. Okay, I tried. Good morning, Uriel. Okay, it's not here. It's hello, coach. I love your glasses. Hey, TT, what's up, my dear friend? Okay, so guys, thank you so much. Yeah, I've been trying not to wear them because it looks blurry when I take it off, but we're trying. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the likes. You took me to 27K. Oh, hey, we're not gonna leave without saying a shout out to everyone. True. Merci, True. Hello, Eco. Thank you so much for being here. True, I appreciate you. Authentic, you are the best. Thank you so much. Titi, welcome, welcome. Highest of the high, welcome. Bridget, thank you. Obaya, Midase, okay. Darwin Kablan, thank you. Babsoti, thank you. Abdiman, thank you. Delalu, thank you. Debbie, thank you so much. Lady D, thank you. You guys are amazing. B, thank you. Susan Red, thank you. Vision, my dear friend, thank you so much. Log out 26. Evita Georges, thank you. Steven, thank you. Steven J, thank you. And for those who were here earlier, thank you for stopping by. I know there are a lot of lives, but you stopped at my live and you did what you know to do best. Thank you. And remember, you matter. You matter, you matter, you matter. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody. Hey, YouTube. I've been waiting to say hi to you all. My apologies. Okay, wait. What's happening? Dismiss. By the way, TikTok doesn't like us saying YouTube on TikTok. They're gonna censor you and all those things. But thank you for being here. My name is Chefi. I am an identity coach and a nervous system research specialist. My goal is to help people to stop self-sabotage at the nervous system level. Self-sabotage, there is more to sabotaging than most people will think. It's not motivation. It's not lack of discipline. There is more to it. Tomorrow we're going to go live again. And I apologize if the image is not what you wanted. I'm still learning how to go live on YouTube. Now we have TikTok pack. Now I'm learning about YouTube, so bear with me. When I teach, I write. You can see that. So it's gonna be backward. I don't know if YouTube has this, but I'll look more into it. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. My goal is I go on live at 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. Eastern time. So that will be the time again tomorrow. And I'll also start posting videos. Please share this with your friends, with your community, of course, so that the algorithm can continue sharing us with the world. I love you all and have a wonderful day.